A newlywed couple with their infant daughter in the backseat were driving on a highway, passing through a secluded area. The highway was empty, and the family was having a moment when the husband got distracted a little, and his car went out of control for a moment. Little did they know that Talos, a drone equipped with an automated defense system designed to patrol high-risk areas, identify threats, match their pattern with previous similar incidents fed into its memory, and neutralize them before they could do something wrong, was watching them. Talos took the high speed of the car and a sudden slip of hand on the steering as an evasive pattern. It scanned the car using thermal technology, read the two passengers on the front as terrorists and their infant on the back as explosives, and fired at them. The family lost their life. But Orion Defense, the company that operated Talos, tried to cover it up, terming it as a routine operation. Even though this story is purely fictional, it is backed by what real scientific researchers have been predicting about the automated systems. Don't you think such systems already exist that take decisions without any human intervention? If you do, it testifies to the fact that such incidents might not be far from reality in the near future. And when that future comes, you would want to be prepared for it by already being aware of the quiet alarms that are raised before a system's automation exceeds safe levels. Exactly what this video will help you see. This video is a continuation of our previous video. It is highly recommended to watch it by clicking the link on the screen for wholesome understanding. But if you would rather do it later, a quick recap is coming up next. In our previous video, Rhea Voss, an ethics officer at Orion Defense, had discovered the secret that her company tried to cover up. She discovered that Talos was initially required to wait for human approval before taking any action. But in one past incident, the human approval got delayed, and the terrorists shot down the drone, causing a significant loss to the company. So the company made human review discretionary and allowed Talos to engage automatically if it was sure. Rhea had obtained a copy of the review documents that approved this upgrade in the system and had raised her concerns with her higher-ups. Without realizing, she's raising alarms against herself. So now she has the company's secret, and the company knows that she has it. Will she report it? Will the company take care of her before she gets to? Will the family get justice? What's the guarantee that the rest of us will not become a victim of such automated systems? And what measures do we immediately need to take to avoid letting things get to that point in the first place? Let's find out.
9 hours after the strike, a long, glass-walled room with blackout privacy glass now engaged. 12 chairs, 10 filled, and 1 speaker. The executive boardroom, Orion Defense HQ, has an emergency meeting going on. At the head of the table stands Danica Sloan, CEO of Orion Defense, surgical yet charismatic. She's not furious, she's focused. The kind of leader who doesn't pace, but paces you.
This is the problem with giving the world access to grief before context. The system worked as designed. The logs are clean. The protocols were followed.
General Sanders, military liaison, taps the table gently.
The optics are burning us. It doesn't matter if Talos was right. The public doesn't trust autonomous kill, no matter how clean the interface.
Then we don't argue autonomy. We argue discipline. We say that Talos acted with the confidence of trained operators. It neutralized what it assessed as a verified threat, and it did so within the scope of wartime parameters.
And if they push back?
We don't deny what happened. We remind them how many lives this system has saved. We talk about loss, regret, and complexity, but we hold the line.
What about Rhea Voss?
Everyone stiffens. That name doesn't belong in this room.
She's emotional. It's understandable.
She's credible, and if she speaks publicly...
Then we make it clear she was not involved in final systems review, that she acted independently, and that she overstepped scope, and that we're addressing it internally.
Do we suspend her?
Not yet. Let's see if she walks away quietly. Most people do.
10 hours after the strike. Ria is in her apartment. The city lights flicker through half-open blinds. Outside, the world scrolls. Inside, silence sits heavy. She is sitting barefoot in the kitchen, holding a cup of tea she isn't drinking. On the table, her company tablet, her personal laptop, the flash drive, and a folded sheet of paper. The Talos update summary. She is staring at the folded paper with one thought running so loud in her head that it drowns everything else. If I speak, will they even care? She opens her personal laptop, opens a browser, and types slowly. Secure whistle, anonymous document upload, press and advocacy. The page loads. She plugs in the flash drive containing the directory copied from internal archive. One file, one click, and a loading bar appears. Then, upload complete, time received, 21:47. She closes the laptop and leans back. The city is still out there. Same lights, same buildings, but for the first time all day, she exhales a long, quiet breath that doesn't ask for anything in return. After a few minutes, her phone buzzes. She doesn't answer, but a string of texts lights up. They know. It's public. Stay low. Ria doesn't move. She just watches the lights of the city, waiting for the sound of the first crack to become a collapse. The morning after the strike, Sloan stands at the head of the table in the executive boardroom.
There is no official confirmation of the source of the leak, but documents have not been authenticated, and our internal policies have always included margin for judgment during wartime parameters.
They're citing the override downgrade.
The system didn't fail. The people outside just don't like what success looks like.
Then we make them see the cost of indecision. The lives Talos has saved, the record, not the exception. We do not apologize for preventing threats. We do not confess to an outcome the machine was trained to deliver. And we do not validate anonymous leaks.
Everyone nods, but behind their eyes, not everyone believes it. While the executive meeting is still going on, Ria walks through the front gate scanner of Orion Defense like she does every morning. But this time, the gate doesn't open. No beep, no red light, just nothing. She tries again. Behind the desk, the guard doesn't meet her eyes.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I was asked to wait here a moment.
She stands, silent, not confused, not surprised. Two security officers approach. They don't touch her. They just hand her an envelope. Inside there is her formal suspension notice, a line that reads, "Pending internal review of procedural overreach." Her access deactivated. Her work tablet retrieval scheduled. No hearing, no meeting.
It came from oversight.
She nods and walks out. No protest, no headline, just a woman walking away from the machine she tried to slow down. The same evening, a soft wind is moving through the curtains in Kasim's living room, where he is standing. Not pacing, not crying, just still. He's holding something in his hands, a small bundle wrapped in white cloth. Inside are things he hasn't touched in days. A rattle, a hospital wristband, a pair of tiny socks, one gold bangle. He walks to the front door and steps outside. Kasim hikes up a small ridge just behind his home, a spot his brother used to bring him to when they were kids. Now it's quiet. Just him, the bundle, and the sky. He kneels, carefully digs a small space with his hands. No shovel, no tools. He lays the items down, not like evidence, but like memory, like proof that they existed. Then, before covering the hole, he takes out a slip of folded paper. It's a printed screenshot, a single line from the official press briefing, sent to him anonymously. It reads, "The system will undergo a full review. Civilian deaths acknowledged. Oversight expanded." That's it. No apologies, no names. But it's enough. He folds it, places it inside the earth with everything else, and covers the hole, patting it flat with both palms. Then he sits and breathes. The sun dips low behind him. Birds call in the trees, and the silence, at last, feels honest. Because in this moment, for the first time since they died, he doesn't feel invisible. A few minutes before the strike, golden light floods the car as it glides down an empty two-lane road. The world outside hums with wind and sun. Grain fields, a far-off tree line, a horizon built in soft colors. Inside the car, Hassan, one hand on the wheel, glances sideways at Ayesha, head tilted back, sunlight washing her face. Their daughter, barely one, sits in the car seat behind them. She is wearing a yellow beanie, holding a plastic spoon in hand. Her laugh bubbles out in bursts, like it can't wait for permission.
I want to press pause on this moment.
I want to live in it.
This is the life I couldn't even pray for.
Then don't pray. Just stay. I love you.
I love you more. Wait, I want to capture this. All three of us.
She reaches for her phone, switches to the front camera, tilts it, adjusting for the angle. The preview shows all three of them, Hassan, Ayesha, and the baby, framed by sunlight. She smiles, a perfect one. Then her eyes narrow. In the tiny preview screen, she sees something behind them. A shape in the sky. Fast, sharp, wrong. She gasps, but before she could speak, the missile streaks down. There's no sound, no warning, just white flash. Nothing left. The kind of moment people spend their whole lives chasing. This family got to live for exactly 2 seconds longer than the machine allowed. 1 year after the strike, in his classroom, Qasim Fahad writes on a chalkboard. He teaches ethics and civic history. He's mid-lecture.
What makes a civilization isn't how it defends itself. It's what it refuses to sacrifice, even when no one's watching.
A student raises a hand.
Is it true that your family?
It's true they lived, and that's enough for today.
As the students leave and the classroom becomes empty, he stands by the window, looking outside as the sky turns copper and violet, and the sun sets over a hilltop that looks familiar. On the hilltop, the wind is moving slowly through the grass. Far in the distance, a tree with a cracked trunk and a simple metal sign nailed gently into the bark, in memory of what we forgot to see. At the base of the tree sits a plastic spoon, weathered, faded, but untouched. Someone has placed a small gold bangle beside it, and 3 wildflowers, white, yellow, and violet, have grown beside the roots. At its core, it is a fictional story, but the questions it asks are anything but fiction. Every system in this story is built from real concerns. Every outcome is drawn from real philosophical debates, and nearly every argument raised in its quietest moments finds its roots in the work of thinkers like Jack Copeland, whose book Artificial Intelligence, A Philosophical Introduction, explores the ethical and cognitive dilemmas surrounding AI. What's your take on who is responsible when an AI makes a mistake? Leave your thoughts in the comments below, and we will name the characters of our next story after the most thought-provoking answers. The next story will be on another interesting question. How should society prepare for widespread job loss due to AI? If you want the answer to this and several other complicated questions in the form of short, sweet, and research-backed stories, subscribe now and become the most interesting person in the room, especially when it comes to complicated topics.